Welcome back to Golden Rule Wisdom, where we explore timeless lessons to transform your mind and unlock your true potential today. Meet David, a young student who felt completely overwhelmed by his studies, struggling to keep up with the heavy workload daily. He felt isolated and hopeless, often hearing the mocking laughter of classmates who seemed to understand everything much faster than him. Every failed test felt like a heavy stone on his chest, convincing him that he was simply not smart enough to succeed. One afternoon, Mr. Bennett, the wise philosophy teacher, noticed David's despair and decided to intervene with some ancient and powerful wisdom. He sat down quietly across from the boy, looking at him with eyes full of understanding, ready to change his perspective. David looked up, admitting that no matter how hard he tried, the information just would not stick in his tired brain. The teacher smiled gently and told David that his problem was not a lack of intelligence, but a lack of strategy. He promised to share 5 essential lessons that would change not only how David studied, but how he approached his life. For the first lesson, Mr. Bennett placed a simple glass bottle on the table, filled with water and dark, heavy mud. He shook the bottle hard, making the dirt swirl around until the water became a chaotic, muddy mess, impossible to see through. He explained that this muddy water represents your mind when it is full of fear, pressure, and anxiety about failing. When your mind is agitated like this bottle, everything is cloudy, and you cannot find the clear answers you are looking for. But watch what happens when we let it sit still. The mud settles down, and the water becomes clear and transparent. Lesson number 1 is to calm your mind. You must find stillness before you attempt to absorb any new information. Spend 5 minutes focusing only on your breath before you study. Let the mud settle so your mind can see clearly. David tried it immediately, closing his eyes and breathing deeply. He felt the heavy cloud of anxiety begin to lift slowly. Satisfied with David's progress, the teacher moved to the second lesson. He lit a small candle and placed it between them. The flame danced softly. Mr. Bennett asked David to stare at the light and think of nothing else but the flame. This brings us to lesson 2. Focus on the present moment. The past is gone, and the future has not arrived yet. Your anxiety comes from regretting past failures or fearing future exams. But true power exists only in this exact present moment. Whenever your mind wanders to fear, bring it back to the task right in front of you, just like watching this flame. By training your attention on the present, you stop wasting energy on worries that do not help you learn or grow. For the third lesson, Mr. Bennett presented 2 contrasting objects, a hard, smooth stone and a soft, porous yellow sponge. He poured water over the stone. It simply ran off the sides, leaving the inside of the rock hard and dry. Then he poured water on the sponge. It absorbed every drop instantly, holding the water deep within its soft, open structure. Lesson 3 is to learn to understand, not just to memorize. Rote memorization is like the stone. Nothing truly gets inside. To be like the sponge, you must connect new ideas to things you already know, visualizing concepts instead of repeating words. David realized he had been acting like the stone, trying to force facts into his head without letting them soak in. He decided to change his method, using images and stories to make the knowledge a part of him, just like the sponge. Moving to the 4th lesson, the teacher placed a thick, solid block of wood on the table between them. He asked David to break it. David tried with all his might, straining his muscles, but the wood remained completely solid. Then the teacher took a tool and easily split a small piece off. He did it again, piece by small piece. Lesson 4. Break down the task. You cannot conquer a massive subject all at once. It is too hard and overwhelming. When you face a huge challenge, do not try to break the whole log. Slice it into small, manageable tasks instead. Focus on just one small section at a time. Completing these small wins builds the momentum you need to finish everything. For the final lesson, Mr. Bennett pointed to a small green potted plant sitting quietly on the sunny windowsill. He asked David how that plant grew so strong. Was it flooded with water once or watered a little every day? David replied that flooding it would kill it. It needs consistent care. This is lesson 5. Practice consistently, not intensely. Cramming for 10 hours one day and doing nothing the next is like flooding the plant. It does not lead to growth. True learning is like gardening. It requires small daily efforts to nurture the seeds of knowledge into a strong tree. David looked at the objects on the table. These 5 simple lessons had completely shifted his perspective on how to learn. He thanked Mr. Bennett profoundly. He no longer felt like a victim of his studies, but like a master of his mind. In the following weeks, David changed. He started every study session by calming his muddy mind and finding deep stillness. He practiced focusing on the present, pushing away distractions and worries, giving his full attention to the task at hand. He stopped memorizing blindly. Instead, he absorbed concepts like a sponge, connecting ideas and making them vivid in his imagination. He broke giant projects into small pieces, celebrating every little victory, making the impossible workload feel easy and manageable. And most importantly, he showed up every single day, watering his garden of knowledge with consistent, steady, and patient effort. When the final exams arrived, David walked into the hall not with fear, but with a quiet and steady confidence. The answers flowed naturally. His mind was clear water, his focus was a flame, and his knowledge was deep and solid. He achieved the highest grades in his class, but the grades were not the real prize. The real prize was the wisdom. He had mastered the art of learning. He proved that success is not about magic, but about the right mindset and method. He returned to the library to thank Mr. Bennett again, knowing that these 5 lessons would serve him for a lifetime. Let us remember the 5 keys. First, calm your mind like settling water. Clarity must come before you try to learn. Second, be like the candle flame. Focus entirely on the present moment, letting go of past regrets and future fears. Third, be the sponge, not the stone. Seek to truly understand and visualize connections rather than just memorizing dry facts. Fourth, break the heavy log into small chips. Divide your big tasks into small steps to avoid feeling overwhelmed and stuck. Fifth, water your seeds daily. Consistency beats intensity every time. Small daily actions lead to massive growth over a long time. Just like David, you have the power to transform your life. It starts with how you treat your own mind today. Imagine what you could achieve if you applied these rules. No subject is too hard, and no goal is too high. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a clear mind and a single step. You are ready to begin now. Take these lessons from the Library of Wisdom and carry them into your classroom, your workplace, and your daily life. Knowledge is only potential power. It becomes true power only when you apply it and live by it every day. Do not let stress and fear hold you back any longer. You have the tools now. It is time to use them. Free your mind from the mud. Light your candle of focus. Absorb the world like a sponge. Grow your garden daily. Which of these 5 lessons did you need to hear the most today? We would love to hear your thoughts below. Share this video with a student or friend who might be struggling. You might just change their life like Mr. Bennett did. Small changes in your mindset create ripples that transform your entire reality. Be the change you wish to see today. Years later, David looked back at that afternoon in the library as the turning point that defined his future success. Keep your flame burning bright. Do not let the winds of distraction blow it out. Guard your focus and your peace. True wisdom is the key to freedom. It unlocks the doors that force and frustration can never hope to open. Let your mind fly free. Trust in the process. Trust in yourself. And remember that you are capable of amazing things. Thank you for spending your valuable time with us today. We hope these lessons bring you clarity and success. If you found value in this story, please subscribe to Golden Rule Wisdom for more life-changing stories and ancient lessons. Stay wise, stay focused, and keep growing every single day. This is Golden Rule Wisdom, signing off. See you next time.